humongous bananas lawsuit, $258 billion. That is so much money, right? It's a $258 billion lawsuit by a crypto investor who's accusing Elon Musk of running a pyramid scheme to support Dogecoin. Dogecoin, I think is how you say it, right? Musk himself admitted to starting it as a joke to make fun of it, basically to make fun of cryptos. No response from Musk here, but it comes just hours after we got other Elon Musk news because he's meeting today with Twitter staff ahead of that $44 billion takeover. He told the team he wants 1 billion, again, billion with a B, 1 billion active users. There's about 230 million now, so that's big growth that he hopes to see. And he says he will tolerate, quote, pretty outrageous tweets. That is a lot of people wondering what that means. CNBC is reporting he also assured employees on a video call they can work from home and that layoffs would depend on the overall financial health of the company. He also said he didn't need to be CEO. The source tells CNBC that most of the staff's reactions on Twitter's Slack message board were negative. Imagine that. Bad messages on Slack. One Twitter user with knowledge of the call summed it up with a tweet on the highlights, which included the answer to whether he'd ever seen an alien. He hasn't. The one question he didn't answer, will he actually buy Twitter? Jake Ward is joining me now with all the details. Let me lay this out right in the backdrop here, because a lot of people were like, okay, Elon Musk is having this town hall with Twitter employees. We're probably going to get some headlines out of it. If you had aliens on your Elon Musk bingo card, like, good for you, because this went in some directions that I think people didn't expect.
That's right, Hallie. You shouldn't really be betting on anything around Elon Musk. And I have to say, I think of myself as a fairly busy person, but you know what I mean? Elon Musk, I mean, there's a lot going on in that guy's life right now. So that's right. Let's start first with this lawsuit, right? The Dogecoin, and you're right to say it that way.
Thank you.
Investor, says that basically. No, but that's the right way to do it. You're right. And, he basically says that he and others like him, so you can imagine he's going to be the lead plaintiff in what is going to wind up being a big class action, essentially lost about $86 billion over the course of Dogecoin's existence. It was invented in part as a joke, and its co-founders basically said that it was based on something called the greater fool theory, that you could pass on the idea of it to other people who are greater fools than you are. They literally referenced that in the lawsuit filed in federal court. And now the question is going to be whether the long litany of promotional tweets and SNL appearances and all the places in which Elon Musk pushed Dogecoin as laid out in this lawsuit wind up being linked to him as having been essentially him promoting something that, as the lawsuit points out, is utterly worthless, has no cash value, is tied to nothing of value, and is based here on this greater fool theory, Hallie.
Okay, so that's the lawsuit, which, again, is just a staggering amount of money, right, in the nearly $260 billion. That is a lot of money. There's also this town hall, like we talked about. And I think a lot of people, there's so much focus on Elon Musk and free speech and Twitter and the very sort of interesting Venn diagram around all of that. Musk told employees today that people should be able to say what they want on Twitter. But there was a caveat to this, no?
That's right, absolutely. And it's so interesting to be hearing him talk about this after everything we've watched in the January 6th hearings and the incredible damage that misinformation seems to be able to do, right? It's amazing to hear him then go on in this meeting talk about things like anyone should be able to say anything they want within the law. He talked about the caveat of not amplifying those things. He said, freedom of speech is not freedom of reach, which is a phrase sort of popularized by researchers around this stuff. He also, though, interestingly said that people should be able to get the blue check mark next to their name that denotes them as a verified user of Twitter. Currently, it's awarded to people based on their academic credentials or their journalistic credentials. He thinks people should be able to buy that verified status. I'm not sure how you square the idea that people shouldn't be amplified unless they're solid. But, the whole thing is just so interesting because you see this guy sorting through the issues around Twitter almost in real time. And at the same time, he's saying, I want to grow it to the size of WeChat, right? The huge, all-purpose platform in China. I want to grow it to the engagement levels of TikTok, right, which has taken the world by storm. All of that really suggests that once he acquires it, if he does, and he takes this thing private, he has big, big plans, and it's not at all clear that they square with what so many people working at Twitter signed up for, Hallie.
Jake Ward, so good to see you. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.